This Friday, August 15th, marked the 80th anniversary of Korea's liberation from Japanese colonial rule. On this historic occasion, we look at how the nation honors and remembers those who gave their lives for independence. And joining us in the studio with us today is our reporter Park Hyobin. Welcome, Hyobin.
Thanks for having me.
So Hyobin, this year's August 15th is especially meaningful as it marks the 80th anniversary of Korea's Liberation Day. Can you tell us more about Korea's Liberation Day and the significance this holds?
Korea's National Liberation Day, or also known as 광복절 in Korean, is celebrated to mark Korea's independence from Japanese colonial rule in 1945 after 35 years of occupation. The name 광복절 combines 광복, meaning restoration of light, with 절, meaning festival day. It is a time to honor all those who made sacrifices for the nation's freedom, with commemorative events held nationwide. Each year, many museums and palaces host special exhibitions around the anniversary to remember their legacy and share the history with the public.
Right, and in line with that, I heard you visited a special exhibition that showcases Korea's resistance, right?
To mark the 80th anniversary of Korea's liberation, a special exhibition at Deoksugung Palace brings together over 110 artifacts from the late 19th century to the day the nation reclaimed its freedom. For the first time, Korean independence hero An Jung-geun's calligraphy is being showcased to the public. The two letters meaning green bamboo show his strong opposition to Japanese rule. His final brushstrokes made in a cold Rusun prison cell before his execution capture not only defiance against Japan, but also a longing for peace in Asia and respect for human dignity. The exhibition also highlights lesser-known independence fighters. Min Young-hwan took his own life in protest after the Ulsa Treaty stripped Korea of its sovereignty, writing, "If our freedom and independence are restored, I shall gladly smile even in the afterlife." The spirit of defiance is also preserved in the national flag, a taegukgi found at Jingwansa Temple, riddled with holes and burn marks. Believed to have been made during the March 1st independence movement in 1919, it bears the Korean flag taeguk symbol and trigrams painted in black ink over the Japanese flag, showing the message of resistance.
This taegukgi national flag of Korea, found at Jingwansa Temple, is even more meaningful, as it shows just how fiercely our independence fighters carried out their work in secrecy.
It's actually quite rare for the Jingwansa taegukgi to be on display for the public. You can also see the Jingwansa taegukgi and the taegukgi we see today are a little bit different. The taeguk symbol drawn differently, and the positions of the four trigrams in the corners aren't quite the same as today. That's because when the taegukgi was adopted as the official national flag in 1883, the law at that time only specified the use of taeguk and trigrams without defining the exact design. The exhibition runs until October 12th, so for anyone who wants to commemorate 광복절 or experience the strength and courage of Korean independence heroes, I highly recommend visiting the exhibition.
Are there any other exhibitions available for visitors to explore more about Korean history?
Yes, the National Museum of Korea has restored the 5 faces of iconic figures using cutting-edge AI technology. An Jung-geun, who assassinated Japanese Governor Ito Hirobumi, now waves with a bright smile. Yu Gun-sun, who died in prison at 17, appears as a shy girl with gentle smile. Lee Bong-chang and Yoon Bong-gil, who threw bombs at Japanese leaders, come alive with warm expressions. And An Chang-ho, an educator and activist, greets with a friendly wave.
It was amazing to see what I had only imagined from textbooks. Since it's the 80th anniversary, it really feels like a meaningful exhibition.
Through AI recreation, I could almost feel their spirit and character.
Behind that smile lies a darker history one of the museum is determined to show. For the first time ever, Japan's surveillance cards of independence heroes are on display. In particular, the 5 surveillance cards of An Chang-ho show how his face became notably gaunt throughout the repeated imprisonments.
These cards were made to systematically manage imprisoned independence activists. They're about palm-sized, but filled with detailed information, including names and photos.
Liberation Day in Korea is more than a historical anniversary. It's a moment to reflect on the cost of freedom and to honor those who paid that price. And now with AI, the voices and faces of Korea's fight for independence can finally be seen and heard.
All right, Hyobin, thank you for the wrap-up today. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Indeed. It was my pleasure.